Are the tariffs ruining the real estate market?
You're listening to Home Sellers Advantage. I'm your host, Aaron Zapata.
And I'm your other host, Todd Anderson. We are the Bald Brothers team at Impact Realty Group with Real Broker, and we are here to give you the Home Sellers Advantage.
You can find us online at www.baldbrothers.tv. Again, that's baldbrothers.tv.
Or you can call us at 833-305-BALD. That's 833-305-2253.
Welcome back. We're glad you're here to join us again, and thank you for giving us a few minutes of your day to listen to the Bald Brothers team talk about real estate. Now, we do real estate all the time, and it's what we live, breathe, and eat and sleep and all that fun stuff. But maybe it's not for you, and you just enjoy hearing two bald guys talking about real estate. I don't know. But thanks for joining us for whatever reason. But the question we're answering today is, are the tariffs ruining the real estate market?
Oh boy, that's a wild topic, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
you got multiplicity of opinions, and this is not a political show, but regardless of which side of the aisle that you're on politically, you've got a wild range of opinions on what these tariffs are doing, what their actual intent is, what the end result will be. But we're not going to focus on the worldwide economics. We want to focus specifically on real estate,
right,
and how that has an effect on real estate.
Right. So this episode was really inspired by a Wall Street Journal article that I read that basically said that luxury home buyers are backing out because of the instability that's being created by the tariffs, which are now affecting the stock market.
Yeah.
We see highs and lows, and there's a lot of instability and insecurity.
Yeah.
And so we're seeing that at the luxury level, there's a lot of buyers backing out.
And that makes sense, that there would be a high correlation between the luxury market, because that's, I mean, I think a lot of people don't realize how much they are actually invested in the stock market. But people in the luxury market, that's a lot of their profit comes from their investments. So
This kind of also was inspired by a conversation I had with a listing agent. I was out showing properties. It was about a $3.5 million home. And he was telling me that over the last couple days prior to our appointment, that he had 3 escrows drop out, all in this luxury price point.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know what's going on. Do you hear what's going on? And so I forwarded him the article, and he's like, this is nuts. I'm like, yeah, it is nuts. Like, there's a lot going on at that luxury market. But there's also different tiers of the market. There are first-time home buyers here in Southern California at the 800 to 1.2 million. And it seems to me like they are largely unfazed by the tariffs.
Yeah.
So it depends on where you are in the market. But here's what we found out. There is a section of real estate that is being hit hard by the tariffs.
Yeah.
And that is
the new builds.
New builds and remodeling.
Yes.
Construction.
Anything related to construction. So new builds, remodeling, those sorts of things, because let's face it, I mean, that requires imports. And if there's higher tariff rates on importation of raw materials, that's going to affect your bottom line when it comes down to this.
Yeah. In fact, one of my space planners, and she and I were getting a bid on some kitchen cabinetry, and she said these words: you need to order them before the tariffs go into effect, because it's going to affect the pricing. And a lot of cabinetry is made overseas, primarily in China. And so if the cost of a cabinet doubles between now and when you go to put in your cabinet, it's going to affect the cost of your build.
Yeah, now we're looking at tripled.
Exactly.
200,
right.
Like 240
right.
something
it's
now.
It's like insane. So I was talking to a contractor who does really good high-end construction remodeling projects at homes. And he said he has now had to add a clause in his contract that says if due to tariffs that the cost of materials go up, that your cost for this installation is going to be increased.
Yeah.
He's never had to do that. He's been doing construction his whole life. But now because of this situation, he is having to guard against going in the hole on his construction costs if that cost of those nails or those fixtures or those cabinets triple.
You know, that actually makes me think of something else, going back to what we already talked about with the luxury market. Because the luxury market, you know, we have one that we're selling where tile has been imported from India. I mean, some of those high-end items are imported from different parts of the world. So that has a direct correlation on both.
Yeah. So that's really the answer is that it, depending on the segment that you're asking about, the answer is going to be yes and or no. But it is affecting most parts of real estate. So I don't know that we gave you any advice on that one that you can do anything with, but if
not a whole lot, but it's just one more thing to add to the confusion with the tariffs.
If you are planning to do any kind of construction remodeling costs, you might want to give us a call, because if you're doing it with the intent to sell, you're going to want to make sure you do the right upgrades and that you don't overspend.
Yeah, and don't think that you can cheap out by cutting down your neighbor's tree.
and turning it into wood.
Sourcing it. It's American wood. No imports here. That would be illegal, for one.
Wow, thanks, Todd. That was crazy. I don't know where that came from.
Good advice from the Bald Brothers team.
Exactly. Don't cut down your neighbor's tree. That's always good advice. So if you're thinking about doing anything with your home, I was sitting in a listing appointment last week, and the statement was made. We would really want to make sure we get the money that we spent on the home back. And you do want to get advice on how much you spend, on what you spend it on, because we've done this for many of our sellers where we've helped them curb their enthusiasm for their remodeling job, because we knew if they went full on in on the job that they were going to do, that they would way overspend for what they're going to get back. And so we can advise you on that process. And if you're looking at doing that in the next couple of months, we'd love to talk to you about it. And we want to make sure that you understand that tariffs may affect the cost of your remodeling job.
Yep.
So guess what we do? We're the Bald Brothers, and
we sell homes.
All right. And if you were thinking about buying or selling a property, we'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching today. And until next time, God bless. Thanks for listening to the Home Seller's Advantage. The Bald Brothers team is a licensed DBA of Real Broker, licensed by the California Department of Real Estate, number 02022-092. Again, we do not give any real estate, legal, or financial advice. If you'd like to reach out to us, you can call us at 833-305-BALD, or you can reach us online at baldbrothers.tv. Equal housing opportunity.